Hello everybody. I wanted to make another stash video, try to make an update. So as you know, today's January 20th, 2017. So there is a change in the political environment. Trump is now going to be the president for the next 4 years. So you should be thinking of like how this is going to affect the economy and your trades. Now, I made a previous video kind of going into some trades and like what I think's gonna benefit, what I think's gonna be strong in this economy. I kind of want to just like touch on that again, just to kind of see where it's got and going. I just have the 5 investments right now. I have the Raw Earth, which is oil stocks; Internet Titans, which is tech stocks; Defending America, which is defense stocks; Live Long and Prosper, which is health stocks; and Money Machines, which is bank stocks. So far, oil and tech have been two of the better performing ETFs in this portfolio. And these ones, you can see you got all the typical oil names like Exxon, BHP, Syngenta, BP, Royal Dutch, and all that, Chevron. So remember, with this app, you're not buying stocks individually. You're buying an ETF, so you're buying the sector. So you're buying, banks, you're buying oil, you're buying, consumer companies like Nike. You're buying that like sector of stocks. And I think a big part of why oil stocks are doing good is because Trump's Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. He was a former Exxon CEO, and he was with the company for like 40 years. Like the guy's been the only thing he knows is oil. So like I think that's going to play big in the economy. Now, you could bet that because he is from Exxon that he will benefit Exxon first. As you can see, Exxon is in this ETF. It's only 4%. Now, if you were to make a play and just buy in all on Exxon, you could do that. But I prefer to be a little more I prefer to have a little bit of risk management and just bet that oil in general will do better, because he's not going to just make deals for Exxon. It's going to be for all oil companies like in America. And this ETF on a 1 year chart's been pretty steadily trending upwards. Oil hit a really bad low not that long ago, but it's been picking up. But I just wanted to kind of like highlight that. Also, internet stocks. I kind of said in the beginning, this is going to be like my hedge kind of against my other plays like oil, banks, and stuff like that. Just in case those stocks go down, this stock will go up. And actually, so far, it has benefited me in that way, because my healthcare bank picks aren't doing as well right now, but my internet stock is. And a big reason why I chose this ETF is because it's heavy in Facebook and Amazon. You can see in the top here, it's the top two holdings of it. And Amazon's going to be probably the first $1 trillion business, because people nowadays, when they shop online, they don't shop by brand. You're not going to go to like a Kohl's and look for certain brands, or a Target, or J.C. Penney, wherever you like to shop. Now you go online and you shop by categories. You're buying, I want to say, like t-shirts, and you type that in Amazon, like, and 20 brands of t-shirts come up, and then all the reviews and all this stuff, like all the information at your fingertips. And that's like a hot stock, and that in that space, it's the champ. No one's competing with Amazon, so it's only going to continue to grow. And Facebook does so well with monetizing advertisements by putting those ads on your Facebook page. And I know everybody hates it. I mean, I'm not going to lie, myself included, but like that's how they make their money. People are paying Facebook to put those ads on there. And Facebook has close to 2 billion users. So that's 2 billion, web pages almost that these ads are coming up on. So Facebook's definitely making a lot of money with it. But that's the main reason why I chose this stock. But like it's a good hedge. And it's been doing pretty well. Defending America is down a little bit, but I still think this is going to have a long-term benefit. Our Secretary, was it Defense? Who's a retired general? Oh man, I'm blanking on his name right now. But General Mattis. But he's heavy on And he just came out of the military. He's not even fully retired. He's on like 3 years, and you have to be seven, according to like the law. But I mean, the Congress is gonna work around that to get him in. But he's a guy that I believe he's talked about numerous times, like dealings with Iran, and like they're our enemy, and everything like that. So he's already seems vested in more military spending to continue the war in the Middle East. So I mean that's going to cost money. That's going to be an increased military budget. That's going to be more spending on these types of companies like Lockheed, Boeing, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, Rockwell. I mean, Raytheon probably going to get a lot of business, I think, because they make a bunch of missiles. And that's, I think in 2016 there was like a statistic where America dropped like 26,000 bombs or something like that over like several countries. And this it's only going to continue to go up, it seems like, just with him being our administrator, or the general being our Secretary of Defense. My health stocks, I think what's really taking this down right now is because the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, is the Congress is working on dismantling it. So there's a lot of speculation on how this is going to play out. Now, I mean, on one hand, the Affordable Care Act gave, close to like 30 million people healthcare that didn't have it before, especially when they had pre-existing conditions. That was like one of the main highlights. They were able to get healthcare before they were turned down. And of course, like, it drives up prices on everybody because we're trying to give everybody healthcare. Now, I'm in the camp of, I like living in a country where everyone can have healthcare. You know what I mean? That's just my political philosophy about that. But I mean, you might think something different, and that's fine. But the reason why I chose this is because whatever the Congress is going to do to administer a new policy, I think it's going to affect healthcare stocks. And I'm pretty sure healthcare stocks are going to go up because whatever they're going to plan, they're going to be charging more money. I mean, healthcare continues to grow in price year after year, so I don't think it's ever really going to stop. There was even a bill that Sanders and I forget the other guy's name. I want to start with a K, but they were trying to do a trade deal with Canada so we could get prescription drugs across the borderline, but Congress slapped that down. So that's like two things right there, like the ACA being repealed, and then that bill not being passed. That shows that, like, these pharma companies, they want us to buy just only in America, and they're gonna probably charge whatever the hell price they want, and they can. So I mean, that's why I think these stocks prices are only going to keep going up, because the companies will keep charging more and more. So I'm just trying to benefit from it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think long term. Like, I can use the money that I invest in those stocks to pay for my health care. And then money machines, banks. I'm not going to give up on banks. It's down a little bit, but the way Trump talks, he wants to grow the economy. The only way you could do that is by letting banks spend or lend more money. So you have to loosen regulations on the banks, and he's had talk about that before. So I'm pretty sure that the banks are going to benefit from it. And you have all the big banks: J.P. Wells, Bank of America, Berkshire, Citigroup, U.S. They'll all benefit from that. They'll all lend more money, and even with interest rates rising, as soon as the interest it rose twice in a decade, now banks are all, on top of possibly having loosened regulations, are also going to get a higher, or they're going to be able to lend money out at a higher interest rate. So that's more money coming back to them that they in turn can reinvest back into the economy how they see fit. Now, when I say reinvest into the economy, I don't mean like me and you. I mean for whatever business venture that they see fit. You guys got to remember, the stock market is owned majority by like wealthy upper class, like top like 10% of people in the United States, or really in the world. So whenever they spend their money, it's on what they want. I just try to find ways to capitalize and think ahead of what they're going to be buying, so I could benefit from it. So those are just kind of my five. I'm gonna add wireless wonders in here. This is more like data stocks. You got AT&T, Verizon, like being the top two in this portfolio, than some smaller companies: T-Mobile, Level 3, Century, all that. The reason why is I think it's going to play together with Internet tie-ins, because Internet tie-ins seems to be doing good, and I think this stock will play along right beside of it, because data usage is only going to continue to go up. we live in a mobile kind of environment where everybody's on their phone, you know. I don't want to say like 24/7, but I mean damn near might as well be like, you know. I pull up my phone. I'm a victim of it too. I pull up my phone every few minutes, you know, because I'm looking something up or I'm researching something or I'm calling or I'm at work and I'm communicating with like, you know, my coworkers, you know, like, you know, that's just the age we live in. So I'm thinking of adding this to my portfolio as well. Probably in the next video, you might see that I have it bought. But for right now, those are just what I have, and like I said, I just want to highlight this because, you know, the new administration starts today, so you guys got to start thinking. You know, how can I get ahead of the curve? How can I, you know, profit from the changes that are going to be made? You know, how can I profit from this? So just keep those ideas in mind. I mean, if you have your own, I mean, by all means, you know, let me know, leave a comment. If you use a Stash app and you have different ETFs, you know, and you feel confident that they're going to profit, you know, like share that information because other people will see this video and they'll be able to benefit from it, you know. We can all share this information and help each other out. So if you like this video, let me know. Just click like, subscribe, or leave me a comment, and if there's something else you want to see, I'll try to make a video for you guys. All right, enjoy the rest of your day.